some variety at our website. We brought most of it along with us so that you can see it, go through it, check it out. We're going to take names if there's anyone who wants to order this stuff, and you can pay later because we don't do the business on Shabbat. And this is a Shabbat, a major Shabbat. So this is a book that we have come to treasure. It's by Kent and Jody Smith. Kent has passed on over, and Jody is just a gorgeous widow woman. And we're supporting her by selling these books, and they just did a fabulous job on this. It talks a lot about the law and the misunderstanding of some of Paul's writings and pulls everything into perspective for you. It's just a fabulous book. We wrote about that too, but our books are big. This is a nice little, easy to read and very compact and understandable.
Makes a great reference tool. And
Exactly.
to really help understand a lot of the New Testament writings that are easily confused in today's theology.
The name of it is Not Under the Law by Kent and Jody Smith. The subtitle is Paul and the Truth.
Okay, need to move along.
New to Torah. This is by a fabulous woman with a wonderful ministry in Wisconsin. Her name is Barbara Klicka. She's an under shepherd of a fairly sizable little group. She has a huge understanding of the things that are involved in people coming into Torah and having difficulty with their families understanding and that kind of thing. So she helps you walk through that, the process.
Yeah, Barb actually did a survey to find out from people what the actual concerns are, what the problems are, challenges are, questions they have, because it's a major change for a whole way of life, really.
Right. And she addresses those in this book.
She addresses those very lovingly and very practically. Very practical.
This is our 2-volume set called Two Trees, Two Kingdoms, Two Kings. And it covers a gambit of information. It's got a vital concept for people today to understand that not many do understand, about how the tree of knowledge of good and evil is so operative in our world today. It wasn't just something they ate of. It is a whole new paradigm shift that we need to be aware of in the world today. And it's going to challenge you in a number of ways. It covers a lot of turf. This is our beliefs. It is not necessarily carved in stone stuff, although we use scripture heavily in this book to back up everything we're saying. So we sell them as a set. We would really rather not split the set. So our volume 2 is built upon the foundation formed in volume 1. We would encourage you to get both.
What's on those 2 bookmarks that are right behind there?
Okay, this bookmark is the bookmark you will get in each of those books. If you get those books, it just shows you which books they're intended to go with. The next bookmark goes with the book we're going to show you next about the calendar.
And what is that a picture of?
This is a picture of an ancient calendar, an artifact that shows how they counted the days. And we're going to explain that a little bit more in the program, but one of these comes with each of those books.
I've seen that picture before, and there are 30 holes in that, right? Or
There's 3 rolls of 10.
Yeah, 30 days in each month.
And an extra for what we're going to explain is the Tekafah.
Yes. Okay.
And actually there's a newer version that we're going to talk about as well that has more rows and tell you why. And here's the book. The bookmark goes in the biblical calendar then and now book. And it explains how we came to understand that this is the correct calendar for our day. It's the ancient calendar, the one that we need to be observing. And here is our calendar.
Here's the ancient calendar, the Zadokite Sabbath calendar, we call it. And it has a format, so it shows you the biblical Zadokite month, and then is corresponding to today's Gregorian calendar. And then there's also a little tiny number up here. That's the Hillel, the Jewish calendar. So we have 3 calendars in one. And also for each month, each biblical month, they're numbered. Like this would be month 3. Well, right now we're in month 1. There's month 1 showing, there's Passover. Here's today, that's the Sabbath day on April 6th. And also for each month we have a listing of the corresponding historical verses, just a reference to each verse in the Bible that has anything to do with month 1. And then we have a different format, another calendar. It's the same thing in the different format. Here it goes by our months, the Gregorian modern month. So in March, this will be of 2022. Then the Zadokite dates. Here's the first month, second day, first day, and so on.
We have 2 other little books that we'd like to make you aware of. The Spiritual Roots of Disease is the thoughts that we have about the soul-body connection through the blood. And it is a very informative little book about how you can pray for somebody and the disease won't go away. Maybe why that is. There's a lot to be considered in praying for healing, and we wanted to bring it forward in print. So this is a good little booklet. It is available through the website as a booklet that you can order, but it's also available as a free download.
Free download.
Yeah.
Just print it off.
And we also have 1 Bible, 2 Gospels that explains the reason that people are having so many difficulties understanding today, because the gospel messages taught in the church are not unified in the singular biblical text.
Okay, now quickly run down what are the prices on all of these. Just go back through these. Well, maybe just point at each one. Can you do that?
Okay.
Because I'm not focusing real good on that.
Okay.
Anything too close.
Zadokite calendar is 12.
Okay.
The American version is 14.
Okay.
The calendar book is 15.
Okay.
The set of the 2 trees books, 27.
Okay.
New to Torah, 12.
Okay.
And not under the law is 8.
Okay. And the 1 Bible, 2 Gospels.
That is also a free download. I'm not
They're
sure
free
what our
download on the
price
website. We
is.
have them for, I think they're 15 to print them off and bind them and everything. We could sell them today for
Okay.
Well,
10.
we don't have, this is just samples that we brought with
Oh,
us.
really?
We really don't have a supply with us.
Oh, okay.
so.
Now you had some kind of package
Yeah.
deals option.
Package deals. You can get the 2 calendars, so you have one of each to
Okay.
decide what you like best, and that's $22.
Okay.
You can combine the Zadokite calendar and a book for $24, or the American calendar and a book for $26. They're a little bit more expensive to print because they have more pages. And then you can get the Zadokite and the American calendar and the book for $34.
Okay. All right. And I want to make mention of these 2 books. Now this is the book. Well, I got a little glare there. This is the book that Julie and I wrote together last year, and it came out this past September. And there's a long story on how.
Then it won't be
There we go.
much glare.
I won't go into the whole story of how this book came about, but um, largely because of these two people here, Bill and Karen, and Shane Vaughn had a part in this. He wrote the foreword to this book. This book has one chapter on the calendar, and so they go into far better and more detail on the calendars we'll go through today. But this book is somewhat a little bit anecdotal on our 13, 14-year journey, similar to the book over there said New to Torah. This would be a book that someone who's just coming into this, because we take the different topics, the dietary, the keeping the feast, how we have kept the feast. Like I said, somewhat anecdotal of our journey of returning to the ancient paths. And I've just got one other book that I put together because I felt God just calling me to be a writer some years ago, and I started writing for the Lexington Chronicle. I no longer write for Lexington Chronicle. I wrote for 3 years for them, but now I'm just doing a blog, and so I can just speak more directly on spiritual matters and all. But I've got 52 articles from the Lexington Chronicle that over the past 3 years that I put together, and it's a 100-page book, and so it's just some of them may be devotional in nature, but some are very humorous articles and stuff. So anyway, if you're interested in that, I've just got it sitting out here as well. But this book is $10, and this one is $19.99, $20, and so that is our. There we go. There we go. Got all of us in there. That was our commercial. So, like I said, being the holy day today, we're not really going to exchange money today. But if you want to, we're certainly taking orders on those things. You can get those and ship these things to you, or however we work that out.
I'd like to just mention that his book has 52 articles, which is significant because that's the exact number of weeks in the Zeta Chi year.
Well, yeah.
So you could maybe use that to read one a week,
One week on
at a
Sabbath,
certain
right.
time on Sabbath or whatever,
Cool.
and it would be really well.
Cool. All right. Thus endeth the commercial. Bye.